Constitution, the same boat we were on last. The one.
Which one were you on? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay. I still don't know the difference between those fucking boats.
Constellation is the one you were on. How would you get that wrong?
Crazy.
You are stupid.
Okay, yeah, Darius and David.
Darius.
Well,
Wait. Darius, David,
us, Tim.
us, Tim.
Yeah.
Your brain exploded for a second. I couldn't figure out the formula with Darius because he plays keys away. Actually, maybe I should bring my trombone and we could play keys on a couple.
That could be kind of neat.
Kind of fun. I am really bad.
Well, I don't know how much it'll matter there. As long as you're, loud and kind of showy about it.
That is all I can do.
Yeah, people love that shit.
My entire trombone career was made off being able to play loud and high.
Yeah. Turns out it's a valid career path for that instrument.
Trombone, just as much.
You gotta get you some of those checkered slip-on bands and you can start a ska band. Should I try dropping one of these boys during that little drone thing?
If you want, yeah.
I mean, we have them.
What pitches are they?
They are unlabeled.
Hit that one for me. Perfect. That was perfect.
All right, let's get weird.
That's where we go.
Okay, got Sonic.
That's the fifth.
Ah, good enough.
I doubt you have a B flat. Yeah.
I don't know.
Gee, that would not be good. Wait, how many of these do you have?
A lot. There's 5.
What? Yeah, Levon.
Yeah. No.
That'd be the major 7.
I think I know.
Flat minor major 7.
There's to get higher.
Nope, that's the major 3rd on the minor chord. Nope, just that first one.
Okay, just a big one. Or, It's wind chimes. You got the big chimes.
There's no earring.
Wow, they each have. They all have their own individual little beater too.
You do not.
Just throw, yeah, there's 5 little beaters. Saying everyone can have one. Yeah. Right, exactly. I mean, even like a music stand, just like a towel on it might work,
Well, I was thinking of something like with a vibraphone pedal, so you could do that.
Oh, sure, like at the actual wah-wah thing, yeah. Maybe. How annoying can I be? The
You got a long way to go.
answer is yes. Kyle. Oh, so we're not gonna be able to run away during the talk today, huh?
Oh no, we're chilling. That's a good point. I should have gotten the coffee. Well, I had the chance. Now it's too late.
Yeah, it is too late.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Easter. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in person and online. My name is Miki Suzuki, and this is Celebration Choir. All right, we're going to kick off this service with this song.
It just wasn't on. It was on now, though. I'm sorry to be screaming at you, but I just got so inspired by the choir. They're so passionate. Have you ever heard them sound better? Oh, my goodness. They make me cry in a good way. My pronouns are she and her, and I just want to welcome everybody here on this beautiful Easter morning. If you like what you hear today, you can stay in touch with us. We have connection cards in the backs of your seats that look like this. We'd love to hear from you because we can send you an email every week that will tell you what's going on here. We have a lot going on here. Other than just Sunday talks, we have classes, we have workshops, we have concerts, we have events, we have outreach into the community where we volunteer, and just all sorts of things that we want you to be in touch with. Online, welcome to you as well. We've got 2/3 more around the world listening to us, watching, being part of us. And you have a way of connecting too. There's a link that you will get in the chat. So I'm going to be brief because there's so much to do today and to hear. But one thing I do want to say is that I lead a creativity ministry here, which practices creativity as a spiritual practice. We explore a different genre every month. This month we're exploring music and listening. So if you want to know more about it, come and see me, okay? Happy Easter.
We will make this work. I love it. I guess the whole clue is to just take a pause, Actually, I learned that recently. I was working on the talk for today and getting frustrated on how to let it end. And my cat crawled up on what I was writing on. And I had to take a pause. But instead of getting angry or frustrated, I said, oh, even cats talk and say, you know, why not just take a pause? So let's take a pause because there's a lot going on. How many of you have a lot going on in your life? And how many of you see a lot going on out there? And how many of you are being influenced by a lot going on? Well, let's take a pause. Hallelujah. And in this holy pause, this holy time, in this sacred place because we're here, I speak my word of blessing for everyone in this room that something beautiful happen today. That some beautiful, inspirational aha inspires to move from pause into glorious heavenly activity. For pauses don't last forever. They're only the ground from which we rise. And so I give thanks that something will happen today that will allow people, everyone here and everyone watching online, to rise up in a new way. That life may feel more satisfying and more gloriously led by Spirit. And so if that is an agreement with you, if you're in agreement with that idea, simply within your heart of hearts say yay and amen. And together let's say, and so it is.
Lord, I
Well, wasn't that visually impressive? I mean, you guys, the Easter egg colors, gorgeous. Paula, gorgeous. Just wonderful things are happening. Is that Paula up there? No, sorry. You guys keep me on my toes. Sorry about that. Anyway, good stuff, good stuff. I am Kathianne Lewis, and I now have my microphone, and my pronouns are she and hey. She and hey. She and hey you. Actually, it has happened. So for those of you that are here for one of the first few times, you may be wondering why we don't have a lot of crosses behind us. And that's because we are a synthesis of the discoveries of science, the opinions of philosophy, and the revelations of religion, not just one, but all. And where we find the intersection of them all saying the same thing, that's what we teach, because we think that, I need to say what I think. I don't know what you think. What's this we stuff anyway? The royal we. Anyway, what I think is that if something is repeated over and over again through cultures and through time, then perhaps there is a seed of truth in it, and we should pay attention. So today will not be so much about someone else rising up, but the potential for us to do the same, to rise up. That's what we're really getting at today. And besides that, Easter as itself, has a lot of roots in an old fertility celebration that is at least 1,000 years older than the story we've heard about. See, a lot of pagan holidays have large elements that have been incorporated from previous traditions, previous ideas. So for Easter, there was a goddess, Estra, for which it was named. And if you think about it, there's hints everywhere. Bunnies and eggs, honey. Bunnies and eggs. Fertility. I always think about it, though, I shifted a little bit, and think about it as the earth waking up out of its dormancy and asking us to do the same. Because sometimes we're just sort of dormant. We know there's something going on, we know there's something within us, but it doesn't seem to be active within us. Perhaps spring, Easter, is asking us to wake up from our slumber. And actually, even though the earth is waking up, it's so interesting. Both Jesus and Buddha said the same thing. In the Gospel according to Thomas, which was not canonized, and if you read it, you'd understand why, Jesus said, I have come to the earth and everyone is asleep. In fact, they're having nightmares. I ask that you wake up. Buddha, when asked what he was, they'd say, are you a god? No. Are you a saint? No. What are you? He said, I'm awake. So perhaps the real clue to living a fuller life is just to be awake. I'll move over here. Obviously, that's not the zone to be in. So, as we evolve, as we're evolving as human beings, we're also evolving individually. And I want to say something. I think we're moving out of it all being about manifestation. I think we have, as a culture, have tried that, and people have gotten things, but sometimes things don't make you content. Have you noticed that? How many of you got the thing and then got the bill? Yay. So I think that we're now moving into the age of becoming. We're moving out of the information age and into the consciousness age. Because honestly, we have all sorts of information, but are we using it wisely? Is our life getting better? Are we making the planet healthier? Are we being more cooperative? How are we doing things? I mean, that's the question, and that takes a shift in consciousness. So if we're not here to manifest, and although trust me, I like my stuff. I got, I've got what I've got, I like, and I only have one more thing on my wish list. It hasn't arrived yet, but you will know about it when it comes. But I'm not trying for that. What I'm trying to do is to grow into the realization that it is possible for me to have an excellent cutting horse in which I can win with. But I'm growing in that. When I can see myself doing that, the horse will show up. But it's about me growing in who I think I am and what I think is possible for me. So if we are not here to manifest, what are we here to do? I want to suggest, being inspired by nature, that maybe we're here to grow. Maybe we're here to grow in who and what we think we are, and that there is a divine seed within us that is ready when we are. And I get this from the work of a Christian mystic, Meister Eckhart. Oh, I just saw your shoes. People with great shoes stay out of the front row. I mean, it's like, shiny thing. Anyway, I now know why some horses wear these things. So, let's get serious. By the way, religion is way too serious. No, really. Have you ever just thought it's just way too serious? Too many lists of things you can't do or should acquire or to prove your worth. What a bunch of bunk. Martin Luther, not the king, Martin Luther said, the highest recognition of the presence of God is the presence of joy. And it's true. There is a divine giggle going on, and when you know God, you catch the giggle. And it giggles through you. So Meister Eckhart, Christian mystic, he said, the seed of a pear tree grows into a pear tree. The seed of God grows into God. Another way to put it is, and this is from the Gospel of John because I've just been studying it, is in the beginning was the Word. It goes on to say, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now, what does this whole thing mean? What's that mean? Well, the Gospel of John was written in, and I'm, my Greek friends are not in the audience right now, so I can just mispronounce this at the moment. Oh, no, Evian, he is here. Anyway, Coine Greek, which was a common Greek. It was written in common Greek language, which was the everyday language widely spoken in the Eastern Roman Empire. So that's why it was written that way. And the person chose the word. In Greek, what did the word mean? It meant logos. And it's much more than just the spoken word. It had meaning because they chose the word logos. So when John said, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word became flesh, what does that mean? In Greek philosophy, logos was the principle that orders the universe. Principle. What was logos? A principle. It was the hidden constant behind constant change. What is it? The everlasting, eternal one. And it is intelligent energy. Energy that can think. And in the Jewish philosophy, at the same time, logos meant it's the instrument of creation. So all of this took form. So Kathianne's version of this is, the invisible eternal made itself known in a person. And I've heard lots of definitions, but there was no Jewish Jesus, by the way. So let's just let that go. I've been calling him Joshua. But I guess that would have been Yeshua. So the common name, the pet name would have been Yeshua. But Jesus is not the exception. We don't use Jesus as the exception, because if that's the exception, there's no hope unless he comes back. But people have been hoping for that for a long time. It hasn't happened. Maybe we should give it up. That's like hoping they'll call. Well, I sent my resume. I better stay home in case they text. All that stuff waiting, it hasn't happened. Paul said, don't do anything, stop. Paul actually said, don't get married. So all of these things about, family values, get married. No, Paul said don't, because he's coming any minute. Don't waste your time. He didn't come any minute. Now, the Christ will come back when you recognize it within yourself. That will happen. So Jesus was an example of the Word becoming flesh in us. It's like saying there's a seed and it can become real in us. It can flourish in us and bear fruit in us. In fact, actually, he said, by these fruits ye shall know them. So why is it that he evolved to be a manifestation of that logos and we don't? That's the question. Because if we know why, then we can, if we choose, to shift our behavior and how we're thinking and perhaps go that way ourselves. I personally believe that Yeshua was a spiritual prodigy. Just how young were you when you started playing the piano, Sir Jake?
I was 13.
13? Were you playing instruments before that?
I was.
Well, at what age?
11.
11. So at 11, you were probably just making some great songs and music, weren't you? Okay, so we won't use him as the example. But think about it. How many of you have heard of musicians who at 3 and 4 start playing the piano or whatever, and they make because they had it in them. There was the word, the creative word of beauty was within them, the logos, and it took form. It became flesh. Now, this is the example I use because I don't know too much about music, but I love fashion. And there was a young boy who at 3 years old said, I'm going to design garments. I'm going to become a designer. How many of you have seen him on social media? At 3 years old, they bought him a sewing machine. At 10 years old, he had his first runway show in Paris. 10. Yeah. And the stuff he makes, the stuff he made at 3 years old was amazing. And it just keeps getting better. And now he's into sustainability and using things that nobody would use and creating masterpieces. He was the Word of beauty who became flesh. I love it. And what was this one definition? That it is an instrument. The logos is an instrument of creation. So he became flesh. So why couldn't someone be born that said, oh yeah, I get why these scriptures go that way, and oh yeah, this is another interpretation that makes more sense. And because I am understanding what the words meant, I'm going to do the miracles that the people did in the Old Testament, what we call the Old Testament. He wouldn't have said the Old Testament. Anyway, so how can we do that? Well, for many of us, the reason the seed is not growing and flourishing within us and the logos is not being made within us is not that we've done anything wrong. We just haven't had the right conditions. We weren't raised by parents that said, oh, by the way, you're divine and you're going to do great things. My mother never said that to me. I mean, she wasn't wrong, but she never said you have a capacity to bring something to the world that has never been brought to the world before. That's not the culture. So maybe that whole story about the angels speaking to Joseph and Mary was them having this revelation together that the baby being born was going to come in with the logos and that they needed to nurture it so it didn't get damped down. And nobody's wrong for doing that. We just weren't, it's just the way of the fathers and mothers being brought upon the children. So let's go back to the seed analogy. Conditions have to be right for it to germinate, for it to grow. But a lot of us have had the drought of love and confirmation. There was a drought of love and confirmation. Even if there was love, there may not have been any confirmation. How many of you were not confirmed for the talents that you had, but were kind of shaped into being this way to be okay? Like I had to really refuse to be a secretary. Because my mom really wanted me to be okay, and she said, it's bookkeeping or secretary for a girl. Better do this. She didn't confirm the fact that I was artistic. She didn't confirm the fact that I had a gift of gab that I got from my father, by the way. We also have hard surface circumstances. Hard. I mean, people have had stuff that was hard to overcome. And there could have been no light. And you know what light is? Light, that the metaphor that for light that shows up in almost every religious tradition and mythology is truth and understanding. Ahas. So we didn't know the truth of who we really are. We didn't know the truth of us being one with everything. We didn't know the truth of us being one with each other. And therefore we make unwise decisions. But the seed can survive. And I wrote this down last night temporarily. This is right before my cat got on my lap. And I said, well, temporarily, we can. And in the big scheme of things, in eternity, even this life is just temporary. So maybe the seed's not going to bloom right now, but it has to bloom because it's a seed. They have found seeds archaeologists have found seeds that are thousands and thousands of years old, and if they give them the right conditions, they grow. A seed has that life, and it's going to keep that life until it has the chance. I've read recently that Death Valley was just covered with beautiful wildflowers. Why? Because the seeds had been there and they had rain. So, how are we going to finally decide that the word needs to start being flesh, meaning made manifest? How are we going to let that seed of God grow into being something that bears fruit and not only serves us that we flourish, but that we bear fruit so that other people can flourish as well? How do we do that? First of all, let's get some water out of the drought and start showering yourself with love. And I don't mean just take a bubble bath. I mean, stop yourself from self-criticism. How do you speak to yourself? Speak to yourself kindly, lovingly. Ask the universe to make itself known as love to you. That God as you is lovable. Really lovable. God, I was doing this with this affirmation as I was driving up today. I mean, I don't know if it's up or down. Who knows? It's all, I like maps. This whole thing about just seeing it in my car is like, really? Anyway, that was another aside. Shiny thing. God as me is lovable. How many of you have ever seen something like a child, a kitten, a puppy, a little horse? And how lovable that is. That is you. If you ever want to get angry at somebody and get over it, picture them as the baby they were. Isn't that lovable? That's lovable. You're lovable. Beyond lovable. And even though we may not have been able to understand it all the time and deflected from it, no, we really are lovable. So give ourselves that so that the drought ends. And then bless the circumstances that you're in. Because they can be hard, but bless them. Praise God, Let there be praise for this beautiful life we have and the opportunity to know that even in that hard service, something beautiful is happening, and God is. Because even if it's a hard circumstance, there within you, because you're here today, so this talks for you, that seed has been germinating and growing roots and ready to burst forward. How do you do that? You bless what you've already got. Because nothing can keep you from bursting forth to bring forth the glory of God when you say so. We've already turned you into a puppy. Now I want to turn you into something else. I want you to burst forth like the dandelion that says, oh, hell no, that cement will not stop me. If a dandelion can come forth, you can. And then it puts out this little yellow flower, and it's so proud of itself. You know, look what I did. You can't stop me. That's what you are. The heart of a dandelion is the heart of God, and the heart of God is within you. The only thing difference between you and a dandelion is the dandelion knows it's supposed to grow. We're waiting for the right conditions instead of creating the right conditions. And then pay attention to Ernest Holmes and other spiritual teachers who confirm that you are a unique expression of the divine life, and that the Word could be made flesh in you, and that the seed of God shall bring forth its loveliness just as you are. So don't read, like, we're not burning books here. Read what you want, but make sure you're reading things that confirm that the universe is pleased with you and the universe expresses itself through you, and that you have an opportunity to feel how good that feels. Those are the sort of things to read. And then, whatever your background, this is the revelation I want you to have today. No matter what happened to you, you get to choose how the story ends. No matter what you're dealing with right now, you get to choose how the story ends. And you get to choose who you are, and you get to choose who you will become. And to solidify that, we've got a song.
Not the wound, not the fall, not the silence, I'm not the wall, I'm not the night they couldn't see. I'm the best me rising free. I'm not what happened to me, I'm what I choose to be. Each step I take, I shift, I rise. The past dissolves before my eyes. I'm not what happened to me, I'm what I choose to be. Each step I take, I shift, I rise. The past dissolves before my eyes. I'm not the moment, I'm not the mark, and I am more than what went dark. I'm not the night you couldn't see, I'm the best me rising free. I'm not what happened to me, I'm what I choose to be. Each step I take, I shift, I rise. The past dissolves before my eyes. I'm not what happened to me, I'm what I choose to be. Each step I take, I shift, I rise. The past dissolves before my eyes. I'm not what happened to me, me.
So there have been times when people didn't understand you. People didn't know how beautiful you were. People didn't know your essence. And sometimes we could have been stopped by that. Some of us were raised in households that were chaotic. And we had to find all sorts of inner mechanisms and tactics to keep ourselves safe. Some of us were trying to escape the hassles of our life, and then what we did is that we acquired habits and addictions that were worse than the environment we were trying to escape. But this is so cool. This is so cool. There is a promise that I believe in, and that is that today we can overcome. Today's the day when you say it's the day. When you say, yeah, that's true. We're not in this spiritual bypass. This all happened. But my God is bigger than what happened. And I am the seed of its peace and its truth and its life. That's the truth of me. So I now choose peace and life and power and prosperity or whatever it is that you need, or health, because you're not the verdict. So that's really the message of Easter. Whether you're a dandelion or a believer in someone that lived thousands of years ago, if it happened then, it has to happen now for it to be real. So when you hear this song again, you might want to really sing along. And then, as you sing, who are you choosing to be? From this day forward, what are you going to commit to be? What fruit will you bear? And so it is.
I'm not what happened to me. I'm what I choose to be. Each step I take, I shift, I rise. The past dissolves before my eyes. Yeah, I'm not what happened to me. I'm what I choose to be. Each step I take, I shift, I rise. The past dissolves before my eyes. I'm not what happened to me. I'm what I choose to be. Each step I take, I shift, I rise. The past dissolves before my eyes.
And so from this place, I bless every step of this path. I bless the rising up. I bless the decision to be today. I bless that inner decision, and I give thanks that it is something grand and beautiful and universal. Perhaps the Logos itself says, yea and amen, I've waited for this moment, and this moment has come, and so it is.
I keep, every word I don't, every step I take, I align once more. I shift, I rise, frequency decide. I shift, I rise, love is my guide. I shift, I rise, frequency decide. I shift, I rise, love is my guide. High vibration, higher sight. Every choice bends the light. High vibration, higher sight. Every choice bends the light. I shift, I rise. Frequency decide. I shift, I rise. Is my guide. I shift, I rise. Love is my guide. Love is my guide. Love is my
Oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my. That was really good. You guys are really, really good. Really, really good. And Mickey, you excellent, excellent. And so this is they had six rehearsals, right? So now you know what Mickey can do at CBEC. Because she takes, only 5 days though, right? In 5 days, she will whip anybody into a musical extravaganza.
Shout out, that was her arrangement. Yes, that's
Oh, this is her arrangement. Thank you very much. Yes. Also, good, good, good. And the band, thank you, Jake. And you know what? I love it that you said at 11 you weren't that good, and boy, did you shift and change. And you frequency evolved, and you rose up, and now you are the piano man, according to my husband. Yes. And Joe, thank you so much. And James, it was just wonderful. This ambiance. Thank you all, everyone up there. Danny, I'm so sorry. I thought you were Paula. Better contacts, I guess. All right, so things are good and great, and I'm grateful that you are here, and I am going to ask you for your support of this ministry. So just know that that's happening in a few minutes, but before then, I will entertain you with announcements. Why not? First of all, Jerry, would you wave? Wonderful Jerry Hudson is starting a class called Mental Equivalence. Now, why this class is important. Mental equivalence, if I was going to explain what the mental equivalence is, it's how good can you stand it. How good can you stand it is what you've got. But does God say you can only have this much? God does not say you need a pea patch. God says you could also have a farm. And it depends upon what you are comfortable with. The purpose of mental equivalence is to expand your comfort zone. So, and that's in relationships, a feeling of accomplishment, creativity, everything, health, everything. So, if that interests you, wave again. See Jerry after the service, and she will tell you more. Or you could just sign up at the registration desk. Also, I'll get there in just a second, Patrick. We are having Ricky Byers come to CSL. Yes. And so people might ask, well, do I really want to go out on a Tuesday? So how many of you like kirtans? A lot of people. Kirtans. Oh, yeah. Call and response. How many of you like gospel? It's going to be a really good evening.
because it's very interactive. It's not a concert like you listen. No, in the room, things will be happening. So it's a happening experience. So I encourage you to get tickets for that. Also, I am doing my last retreat at Rainbow Lodge. And so, some of you are new here, but I've been around for a while. A long time. Anyway, 37 years, but who's counting? And this is my last year at CSL, Seattle. And I will be doing my last retreat at Rainbow Lodge, and it's in June, which is a beautiful time to go. And I think as of like a few minutes ago, we had 4 spaces left. So if you've been thinking about it, this would be the time to do it. And we will spend time listening, because that's a lost art. And what are you going to listen to? God. You're going to listen to the still small voice. You're going to have a time and a space to listen to the wisdom within yourself. So that is, so it's not just a silent retreat. No, there's a difference between being silent and being taught to listen. There's a big difference. And then the other thing I would love to suggest to all of you is to be part of our wonderful community and join us at Seebeck Community Camp. And that will be happening in August. And once again, Mickey will work wonders. Yeah, people that have never sang before just find their voice. It's really fun. Well, there's other things going on too. Or you can do nothing. It's a build your own vacation experience. So that's all I can say. Those are all my announcements. So I'm going to invite Gail and Patrick up. So we have 2 baskets. Oh, we're going to hold them. We'll hold them so that this group can come this way and this group can come this way. And for those of you that have not been here before, you meant what group? This is not like Southwest Airlines where, anyway, where you don't all tumble together. So we're trying to put some divine order in it. So if you're on this side, come this way. If you have a gift, to put it there. Or if you give any of these other ways, like Venmo, a text to give, or for those of you online, these are the ways that you can be giving as well. Then this way, and then go back to your seat, so that there's some sort of beautiful dance to it. And we always have the greatest music to dance to. So I just bless the gift, and I bless this day. And I just have to say it. This is the day we choose to grow into the greatness that we were intended to be. It's not just about somebody that lived thousands of years ago. It's about us. We wake up to that promise and live it, and so it is, and we bless the gift from that place, from what you really are. Bless that gift, and we accept the gift and the blessing, and hallelujah.
I'm Vicki Draper, and I'm a prayer practitioner. My pronouns are she and her. And we are here to pray with you. We have Francie in the back for you to turn your prayers into the prayer box. Or if you want individual prayer, she'll be happy to talk to you. We'll have Ray up here doing a prayer circle that you can come get more support that way. And then we have Anita Pickenpaw online waiting for you to support you with your prayers. And so now I would like you to put your hand on your heart and really acknowledge the divine seed that you are. And I invite you to love yourself because God as you is lovable. So for you, say, God as me is lovable. And really embrace and embody that. And you aren't what happened to you. You get to be who you choose to be. And so I invite you to be that dandelion that is allowing your seed to grow and bloom and blossom and flourish. And so I invite you to take this inspiration and this knowing and connection with your divine seed and your awesomeness out into your week and into your life, and letting your light shine, and it overflows into the world. And so it is.
All right. Once again, thank you to the band, audiovisual people, and Celebration Choir today featured Nanda Thomas in the back. And it is now your turn to sing along with us. If you are willing and able, please rise and sing Rise Up, Oh My Soul with us. If you don't know the song, clap your hands, dance around, whatever you like.